my experience is videos are limiting in their capacity to support us. Because if a video says the same thing at 2 minutes and 22 seconds every single time, that doesn't help you. If you didn't understand it, it doesn't help. If you don't know whether you're doing it or not, it doesn't help. If you can't tell how to troubleshoot it, it doesn't help. If you don't know how to go from what you're doing to what they're doing in the video, it doesn't help. Videos are great, but they're super limiting and they don't provide personalized feedback and they don't actually help you troubleshoot. But also, I am pretty committed to holding space for people in this process. When I'm teaching, it's a container in which I am holding you so that you can have your experience and you can feel safe to, because we all mess up. Like that's, if you, in fact, I really believe you learn more from the mistakes than you do from getting it right. Getting it right feels good. Getting it right makes you feel motivated. Getting it right is why you want to keep doing it. But the mistakes are where you get the distinctions. And the mistakes are like the sweet spot of the learning. And I feel like what's really necessary to help people grow is holding space for that container where they can feel comfortable up and going through the process of not knowing. This is how learning works. You don't know what you don't know until you know. And if you don't have people compassionately reminding you of that and holding that space. I think that's why you resonate with so many of the memes that I post on my stories, because they're very much about that mindset, that growth mindset of, yeah, we're all in this together. We're all learning. It's all a practice. And by the way, I may have been spending 25 years now, but I sucked then too. And that's okay. And you have to suck before you can be good. I mean, some people suck more than others, but sucking is the first step in the process of awesome. And I think normalizing, I don't know, I feel like it wasn't normalized for me. So I can relate to what you're saying. I don't think I was necessarily a slow learner, but I did feel like I was like, when I struggled with something and I felt like a teacher was impatient with me, it was really challenging for me to feel comfortable being vulnerable with the teacher. So I strive really hard to make it it's ironic because I'm not really somebody who believes in the concept of like safe spaces in college, but I do believe in creating a container as a coach in which you can feel completely comfortable asking the dumb question or not knowing the answer or getting it wrong or hitting yourself so that you can laugh at yourself and you can have that experience of the freedom and liberty that comes from, oh yeah, this is just self-acceptance. I'm just accepting the process of life, which is nobody knows what they don't know until they know. This is just normal. And I don't think we've normalized it in culture at all. And I think it's even almost worse for your generation because all of the videos online are so focused on these highlight reels. What they fail to enunciate and articulate and show is what I call the montage, right? So if you think of like Rocky, the movie, I don't know, maybe that's a little before your time. Even in the Matrix, right? Where Neo like goes through that process of he's downloading all of that and he's learning. That's all done in a montage in the video, right? But that takes hours and hours and hours and hours, right? And he's like 13 hours later, then he goes into the Matrix with Morpheus. Same thing with, although with Rocky, it's a lot longer. It's months of training to get to the point where he can fight Apollo. I think what we see online is the highlight reel. But what life really is mostly that montage. And we spend most of our life doing the grind and the things that really are not glamorous in order to get to the place where we can do that highlight reel. And I think that because unfortunately nobody's talking about this, or it's not that nobody's talking about it, it's just not the predominant narrative that you see. Hey, life is the montage, not the highlight reel. Life is the montage, not the highlight reel. Life is the practice, life is the grind, life is the struggle, life is the learning from the mistakes. That's really what life is. That's really what the practice is. Oh, and by the way, life is a practice. You know, if that were more dominant on social media, I think it would be easier for your generation. I think it would be easier for everybody. There's however much pressure you want to apply to yourself. I don't want to be putting the pressure on you. I want to be creating a container that encourages you to create the container you need for yourself, where you can get the support and you feel witnessed and you feel seen and you feel held, but you also feel appropriately pressure if you want that. Because, you know, it's like that whole metaphor about diamonds. Coal, it's, what is it? Coal first and then it becomes a diamond under the pressure. So we do want some pressure. We just don't want the wrong kind of pressure. So I don't want to assume what level of pressure is appropriate for you either, which I think is also part of what you're sensing. Because I've worked with so many different students and you just, I don't know. Check your assumptions. That's my attitude about my teaching. I never know what's going to work with somebody.